Hello everyone. Our project is titled Mindfulness and Wu Wei, how philosophical teachings can support mental health among youth. Today, many young people struggle with stress and anxiety from studies, competition, and future uncertainty. While theory is common, we wanted to explore philosophical approaches that offer simple, reflective ways to cope. Two practices stand out: mindfulness, staying present and observing thoughts without judgment. Wui, a Taoist idea of effortless action or going with the natural flow of our life. Our study focused on three things like first is how aware a student are those practice, and second on how they apply them to manage stress, and the third to last on what they think about their usefulness. We believe these approaches can add real value to student well-being, education, and society. Now I'm gonna share about literature review. Mindfulness rooted in Buddhism. It's not just meditation. It's a way of living with awareness and acceptance. Research shows and reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. We from Taoist philosophy is often explained as doing without forcing instead of releasing life. It encourages flexibility and balance. Both ideas help people stay calm, avoid overreaction, and let go of unnecessary control. They are also simple, inclusive, and cost-free, making from suitable for students everywhere. In short, the literature suggests that ancient wisdom can provide modern solution for youth mental health.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdulaziz Bakar Mohammed. I'm from Group 6 and 2 p.m. Today my part is about methodology. So we will discuss about the methodology of this research, which outlines how the study was designed, who participated, and how the data was collected and analyzed. The first research we did was research design. This research design adopted a mixed method survey design. That means we combined both quantitative data, which gave us measurable insights, and qualitative data, which provided a deeper personal reflections. The goal was not to just measure levels of awareness about mindfulness and who we but also to understand how students personally experience and reflect on these concepts. This dual approach ensures that the findings are both statistically meaningful and rich in context. And the second part is the sample and population. How we did is like we collected the participants were like 40 undergraduate students enrolled in psychology-related programs at a private institution. The selection was based mainly on availability and willingness to participate, making it convenient sample. Although the group size is relatively small, it was sufficient for the purpose of this study and gave us a focused view of the target population. The third one, the fourth slide is data collection. For data collection, we used an online survey form which was distributed directly to the target group. All responses were anonymous, which helped reduce social desirability bias and encourage honest reflections. Before beginning, participants were also briefed about the voluntary nature of the study, ensuring ethical considerations such as consent and confidentiality were upheld. And the last part is survey instruments. Like we used it like four main sections. The first one was demographics, which covered age, gender, and year of study. The second one was about knowledge and awareness, with multiple choices and yes or no questions to test basic understanding. The third part is application measure using a Likert scale where participants rated their agreement from 1 strongly disagree or to 5 strongly agree. And the fourth part is reflections. This section asks for short written response allowing students to share their personal thoughts on their words. Okay, the combination of structured items with open-ended questions gave a balanced view, numbers for analysis.
Hi, I'm Shalene. Now I will present the findings of our study focusing on students' awareness and perspective on mindfulness and Wu Wei. First, on awareness, from our survey of 40 students, we found that 34 students, that is the majority, had already heard of mindfulness. This shows that mindfulness is becoming more recognized among youth, possibly due to its popularity in education and mental health discussions. However, awareness of Wu Wei was very low. Only 8 students had heard of it before. Interestingly, once Wu Wei was explained in the survey, 85% of respondents said that they found it both relatable and helpful. This suggests that while Wu Wei is less well known, it carries strong potential to resonate with young people once introduced. Next, looking at youth perspectives, students describe mindfulness with words such as calming, focusing, and good during exams. These responses highlight how mindfulness is mainly viewed as a practical tool for managing stress and concentration. On the other hand, Wu Wei was described with deeper, reflective words such as relieving, deep, and reminds me to slow down. One student even said, Wu Wei feels like a message I needed, that not everything needs to be forced. This shows that Wu Wei connect with students on a more philosophical and emotional level, complementing the practical nature of mindfulness. Thank you.
Next, on application in stress management, our results show that the students are already using mindfulness in practical way. 62% reported using techniques such as breathing exercises or journaling. Furthermore, 44% said mindfulness helped them with academic anxiety, which highlights its positive roles in education. What's even more exciting is that after learning about Wu Wei, 22 students expressed a willingness to try letting go of control as, as a way to manage stress during challenging situations. Together, mindfulness and Wu Wei complement each other. Mindfulness provides practical techniques to calm the mind and body, while Wu Wei offers a philosophical perspective that helps students reframe how they see stress itself. Both, by combining both, students gain not only tools, but also a healthier way of thinking about challenges in life.
Hello, my name is Vinod Palani and my student ID number is 2023030100042 and I'm from group 6. Today I will talking about discussion the findings of my research, focusing on how mindfulness and Wu Wei relate to youth mental health. I will interpret the findings, link them to theory and explain unexpected trends or contradictions. The findings suggest that mindfulness practice significantly reduce symptoms of anxiety, stress, and depression among youth. This aligns with the research question on whether mindfulness improves mental well-being. Participants also reported better emotional regulation, greater focus, and resilience. Additionally, they experienced improved mood, more comfortable sleep, and a more positive mindset. This result connects strongly with existing literature. John Kabat-Zinn's mindfulness-based stress reduction or MBSR emphasize awareness of the present moment without judgment. Kabat-Zinn's theory state that mindfulness can reduce stress and improve psychological well-being. My findings support this, showing that youth benefit from mindfulness in very similar way. One unexpected finding were the misunderstanding of Wu Wei. Some youth interpret Wu Wei as doing nothing or ignoring responsibilities, especially in performance-driven culture. However, the real meaning is not avoidance, but acting in harmony with the natural flow of life. Wu Wei seeks to reduce inner resistance and create balance. This contradiction highlights the importance of proper guidance when introducing philosophical concerns like Wu Wei. So that's from my side. Thank you.
Our study also has some limitation. First, the sample size was quite small, with only 40 students from psychology-related programs. This means the result may not fully represent all students from different courses or backgrounds. Second, our data was collected through an online survey. While this was practical, it may not capture deeper insight that interview or face-to-face discussion could provide. Third, time was also a constraint. We only had a short period to conduct the study, so we could not explore the long-term effect of mindfulness and Wu on student mental health. For future research, study could involve a larger and more diverse group of students, including those from different faculties or even different universities. Research could also use mixed methods, such as interview, focus group, or experiment to get research data. Finally, future study could test practical programs like workshop or weekly practice season to see how mindfulness and way directly affect stress level over time. By addressing this point, future research can build on our findings and give a clear picture of how philosophical practice can support young mental health.
Hi, my name is Ahatan. I'm gonna talk about conclusion. First of all, this research concludes that students are in general respective to philosophic tools like mindfulness, and we will observe uh, oneself influence as already somewhat practice we hold up potential as a method for preparing accepting an emotion easy with prepare introduction. This concept can support mental awareness and education and settle recommendation wellness workshop institution can run shop uh, workshop or waiting group session introduce mindfulness mindfulness we involve in practical ways correctly and management philosophy models or psychology subject can include this concept to prepare self-awareness subject student clubs and activities encourage flexible predictable activity like silent work and journal or discussion circle around philosophy. Well-being. Well-being. Thank you, everyone.